Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Robin, what is an analogy or metaphor for Jan films?
I feel like JN Films is one giant family, and we have people come and go over the years, but we always end up kind of coming back together, whether it's for events or releases or something. And
an analogy for JN Films would be, I guess, like a tree. Just being able to be there from the very start of it with Hero Unknown. From there, I was able to watch it grow from just the one little sprout that Hero Unknown was into what it is now.
If I had to put it into words, I'd say that it's growth, it's expansion, because we've been started out from just one or two small films to going on to over 50 within just a period of 7 years. Not even, actually, we're way beyond 50 now. So
for me, it's a hillside covered in trees that are relatively newly planted, because there's a lot of JN films. There's like over 50, and a lot of them are short films, but I feel like they're all building towards something beautiful later down the line, even though they already are beautiful for what they are.
I would have to say it's like a community. I think it's a little more literal, but in the more essence of that, it is sure a hobby and a lot of times a job of having to create these films, these productions. But it's been a lot more than that. I've connected with people of just similar interests and really kind of build a foundation of like-minded individuals of not just filmmaking, but this idea of making art.
JN Films is like... I just keep wanting to say like an underdog, but that's not a metaphor or an analogy. But I just feel like JN Films is slept on, and it shouldn't be. So yeah, JN Films is an underdog. I don't have a metaphor for you, I'm so sorry.
What is your favorite Jan films production? Why?
My favorite Jan Films production has to be Hero Unknown. I remember having a blast doing it and just having these moments of like, wow, holy crap, we can make art.
Okay, my favorite one is the Big Red Pickle, just because that was a blast to make. I loved how goofy it was. I'm still bummed out that the audio didn't end up working. My favorite scene in it was when you were asking me about the car, and I'm sitting there, I'm shaking your hand, I will not let your hand go, and I'm slapping you on the shoulder, and you just look really freaked out by this crazy guy with a nasty beard, because I read a really nasty beard at the time.
The Life of a Congressman. It was a hysterical silent movie, but I love my very first cameo called, me as a police officer. I arrested the congressman for getting drunk at night.
One of my favorite JN Films projects was the Lyle Project, which was one of Justin's really early films, and it had a vulnerable human connection to it, a lot of empathy and a social message behind it, and that was really, really intriguing to me.
Bloom and Wither is like a film about like brutal honesty of love and kind of like everything in life, because it's all about how things come and go, and it was my first like chance to feel part of the film world, and then taking that and eventually ending up at film school. I think it's my favorite movie for the context of it as well as what it did for me.
at least to film, but probably favorite film would be Collectors Anonymous, because I don't know how all of us got through that, but that was a great day and it was so much fun. And that was like 4 years ago, and every time I watch that, I still just bust up every time. Mainly at Andy and Luke, but you know, and Paul a little bit.
Hands down, 7 days a week. It was just a fantastic crew. The product was beautiful. It's probably one of my favorite Jan films to date.
I had a really fun time working on it. It was my first year of college. Yeah, I was a freshman. And I came back for, I think it was spring break. And I admittedly was not having the greatest year. And I think it had been a little while since I had done anything Jan Films related, because that was something I did more in like high school. You know? So that was my first one in a little while. And it was just a really nice return to form. And yeah, it was just really fun to like hang out with my friends again. And make, you know, a piece of art that ended up, you know, being in like short film festivals and stuff, which was also really cool. So yeah, I think 7 days a week's my favorite.
Kind of a tie between Poppy and Lullaby, because I think those were the best visually and story-wise, I think, that you've done so far.
So what does Jan Films mean to you?
A lot of things. From the fact that you, Justin, are one of my best friends, to the fact that it's a great way for the community as a whole to get together and to meet new people and create something that makes a difference or has meaning and is enjoyable all around.
Your films really touch our hearts and make us feel so emotional.
I think it's a way to help my friend make his dreams come true. I think that's a pretty special thing.
Jan Films is, I think, the root spirit of indie film. It's film done in a small town with the resources that are available, and I think that is really the spirit of indie film today. It's sort of a mirror reflection of what it means to be an indie filmmaker in 2019.
I think it just shows that anyone can pick up a camera and, you know, just run with, you know, this idea in their head or something, and, you know, you have no idea what could come of it, but that's the fun in it almost. So, I don't know. I think that's what it means.
Having a friendship that's lasted, and you still bringing me back in for more projects when I'm able to do it in my busy schedule. So yeah, I guess for me that's what Jan Films means to me, is the friendships that have been a part of that.
Yeah, it's part of my normal, I guess, to do at least one every year, because it's something I really enjoy. I get to do it with some of my closest friends. Yeah. So yeah, just, I guess in a nutshell, it's part of my normal.
It's been tough throughout it, and I think that's what I remember most, is the difficulties and the stress out moments of having to get something done, meeting deadlines, you know, you yourself coming to me and being like, I'm freaking out about this thing, and like, let's figure this out, and you always do. And that's what it means, is just no matter what, getting the job done and not giving up on the art.
I'm still like wildly interested in film and the making of it, and it's so nice to have the opportunity to work behind the camera, in front of the camera, and as a collaborative part of a team. And in a lot of places you just get told like, this is your position, this is all that you're doing, but with Jan Films it's like a family, a creative team, and you really get an opportunity with Jan Films that I don't think you would get anywhere else.